guys, sorry it has been so long since we've uploaded a video. We've taken a lot of them, we just haven't edited them and posted them. After we moved, things got a little crazy trying to redo everything and get everything going, and then our families had some pretty rough things happen, especially this last year. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload some videos, and we're going to be doing quite a bit more. One good thing that happened this year is I adopted one of my foster daughters, Bella. So I'll actually be able to show her face in videos from now on, and I think she's going to be starring because I don't really like being on this side of the camera. I prefer to be behind it. So I think she's going to be mostly the human that you'll be seeing. Of course, we'll have all the animals, but yeah. So the videos I'm going to be uploading, including this one, is going to have kind of a mix of different ones. We're just going to condense a few days together and projects. So it's not going to be, I mean, eventually we'll get back to how we had videos where it's all just one specific day or one specific project that we were working on. But for a little while, we're just going to be mashing everything together that we've already had, so you guys can kind of see what we have done over the past, it's been like a year and a half, I think, since the last time I posted a video. So yeah, I just got done making dinner for the 3 children that we currently have. Oh, my Amazon shipment got here. You can see here I've got the Lodge 10.5-inch cast iron griddle. I got this to make biscuits on specifically, and I got it on Amazon. And then I got the grill pan so that we can start making steak, because I don't like doing steak, you know, in the oven or in just a regular pan. We like having, you know, the grilled sear on there. So I bought these on Amazon. The price ended up actually being less than buying them directly from the Lodge website, which, you know, seemed kind of weird to me because it was the Amazon Lodge store. So you think the prices would be the same, but they're not. Plus, you know, Amazon Prime, you get free shipping, whereas the Lodge website charges for shipping. And then I also got one of these cleaning kits off Amazon. I saw a lot of different YouTube videos about these chainmail cleaners for your cast iron. So I decided to get one, and I found one that came in a kit with other stuff as well. So we got that. It's got the round chainmail. It's not supposed to scratch up the pan, but to get all the stuff off. And in it, it also came with a cleaning cloth, which this is a super soft microfibery type cloth, and then it came with 2 hooks, I guess, to put on your wall to hang the chainmail and the other items from. So in that kit also came one of these scrapers that's got the little notches in it to scrape in between the grill, and then just soft side, and it came with a red one also, and a little spatula looking one just to scrape the inside of your pan out. Then it also came with one of these silicone handles that most of them are rated between 400 and 500 degrees, just to go on the cast iron. But of course, you know, red isn't my kitchen color. My kitchen color is all, you know, like teals and light blues and greens. So I ended up ordering these. The color on them said turquoise, which of course online it looked more like that color, but it's a darker blue. But yeah, I think this one said it was rated to 500 degrees. It might have been 450, but it came with 2 handles, a short one and a long one, and then one of these handles for the edge of the pan. So I actually bought this specifically for this set here, but as you can see, this one is much bigger than the actual pan. So, I mean, I guess putting it on there just to grab it, but as far as it staying on, it's super loose. So just leaving it on there while you're cooking, it might fall off. And then I also got, don't mind the peels for the chickens, one of these. It's a wall rack. So, because I'm trying to optimize my space in my kitchen. My idea with this was to stick it underneath the cupboard, just so there's a little shelf there for added space. Primarily for over here, so that I can stick all of the different saran wraps and Ziploc bags and whatnot, and free up that cupboard space so that we have more room for baking stuff. I mean, as y'all know from the last video, I moved all of my spices onto a spice rack on the outside of the cupboard door to free up a lot more space in here. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to attach it directly under the cupboard or attach it to the wall just yet. Do some looking around. And I actually ordered another set of these, also from Amazon. Anyone who knows me knows that I really don't like going to the store. So Amazon is my best friend. So I ordered some of those, and I was going to put some over here on top of the dryer to put like all of our laundry stuff that we have here. So also free up this shelf for more storage. I actually just cleaned out cast iron last night. One of my girls decided to make breakfast for dinner, and she made hash browns in this one and pancakes in this one. And she didn't know that you couldn't put them in the sink. So as soon as I came into the kitchen and I found this one in the sink, I might have had a little bit of a meltdown. It's fine. And then explained to her that cast iron cannot stay wet or it will rust. The other night I was actually up till probably about 4 o'clock in the morning cleaning and reseasoning all of my cast iron because we had it in the cupboard with all the other pots and pans, which, you know, some of it's still in there, the stuff not being used, obviously, with our stainless steel. And evidently someone had been putting stainless steel pots and pans away wet. So I had rust on basically, I think this was the only pan that didn't have rust on it. And this is the one that I usually use for biscuits. So it gets used more than the others. But I wanted a bigger one with, you know, the shorter edges. So that's why I got the griddle, to make it easier to do biscuits on. Yeah. So I had to explain that to her, that it's a process. If you're going to use the cast iron, then you have to clean it and, you know, oil it down and everything immediately. So she's just going to be sticking to the stainless steel. And also I ordered a cast iron, like a bar to hang it. I need to touch up some paint on here. So I'm going to hang a bar across right here and actually hang all of our cast iron up above the freezer. Because that's just wasted space right now too. Because this freezer, even when it opens, because of the cupboard, it doesn't hit back there. Don't mind my ice cream. Yeah, so that's just another space saver that we're going to get on. Once I get it here and get it put up, then I'll show you all as well. And again, I found it on Amazon. And I will put links for all of the products that I showed you today down in the description. So for the cast iron and the cleaning kit, and then these, I think they're called wall racks, something like that. But yeah, so I will put those down below. So if y'all are interested in, you know, taking another look at them, you can. I say that one thing I don't like how they attach the paper with this sticky stuff. You know, these are pre-seasoned pans, so you're supposed to be able to just, you know, use them right away, but that's not going to happen. I will be cleaning these and adding a layer of seasoning before we use them. Right, well, I've got all of my cast iron cleaning stuff. This little glass thing I have here. And I just had a quick question for y'all, and then, you know, say hi to the dogs. They're behind the filthy windows because the dogs are constantly putting their noses on it and stuff. Anyway, so my question is, when y'all clean your cast iron, are you doing it by putting it on the stove or top or in the oven? I have seen people do it both ways, and I'm just curious. So I just washed this one after I made biscuits, and I stuck it in the oven for the water to all dry off that I just made. So yeah, leave a comment down below letting me know what your cast iron cleaning, drying, seasoning process is. Curious, does anybody else's cat bring them hair ties instead of mice as gifts? Freya? Is that for me? Is that for me? You brought me a hairband? Oh, is it not actually for me? Is it just you like playing with it and it's your favorite toy in the whole wide world? You just love hairbands, and she's been chewing on this one. So one of the vet clinics I job shadowed for, they told me to be careful of my cat doing that because they actually had to do surgery on some cats that had swallowed hairbands and other things, so they had to go in and remove them. So just a word to the wise. She never eats them. This is the first one I've ever seen even frayed or anything. Usually she just throws them around and plays with them. What are you doing, Annie? Well, I see 3 does. Annie, come on! So there's Anne. And right behind her is Red, followed by Sabrina, and then of course, you know, Elliot, who is in the process of breeding these lovely ladies. Hi, Annie. Annie did not take this year when we bred her last year. So she's kind of fat. She's gained a lot of weight from not producing. So hopefully she actually gets bred this time. Sometimes when they're overweight, it can make it harder for them to conceive, or so I've been told. We've never had a fat goat before now, so we'll see. We'll see. When we very first put her in the pen, she was already in heat. She was standing for Elliot. She was flagging for him. He had attempted to mount her, but she was super eager in that first couple of minutes. And then, of course, you know, we had to go over to move the other buck in. So we brought the 3 does in. So I brought in Anne and Sabrina, and then one of my foster daughters brought in Red at the same time that one of my other foster daughters grabbed Boffy to take him over to the other pen, because Bella was not home at the time. She was visiting her sister, and we had been putting it off way too long. Really, the reason we didn't breed sooner was because we were waiting on Miss Sabrina here to dry up. We pulled her baby, and it took her a good month to dry up. She is a very great producer. I mean, each milking we get about just under half a gallon or about half a gallon of milk from her. Anne's pretty close to that also. It'll be interesting to see what kind of production we get out of Red and her daughter Sangria, who's being bred to Boffy. We have had a major breakthrough. That is Vallegro eating right next to Macaulay, and he's not beating him up. Usually they beat him up and kick him off. But they're actually sharing food. Because usually we have to take Allegro out, make his own pile over in the round pen with the calves so that he doesn't get picked on and actually gets to eat. Oh, good boy, Macaulay. You're being such a good big brother. See, over here in the round pen is where we feed the calves. And usually we'd, make a third pile for Allegro. All right, so here we have Dan, who's, basically useless. He's just a weather. He's a pet. That he was actually, the whole reason we ended up with Anne was because we went to go buy him as a pet, and then I fell in love with Anne. So, kept him. And then we have Sangria and Lily, who are being bred to Buffy. Who evidently can't share, so they all have to go on the other side to eat. Buffy, are you being rude? Oh, no, Sangria's moved to this side. Yep, so that is our breeding for the year. Thanks for watching.